Daniel 5:10a. Malkata lokovel milei malka. Varav ravanohi labet mishtaya alat. And that brings us to this atnach. So back to the beginning. This first word is interesting. It's under a zakef gadol, so we have a break there. It's the queen. So this is actually the only time in biblical Aramaic we see the word for queen. Here's the kametz hey that becomes a tav because of a suffix. With the determined state after it, it's definitely the queen, not the king. Coming up next, we had seen this combination of prepositions before in verse 5, and there it meant before or in front of. It looks like in context we would say in English because of, and we'll see why here as we continue. Because of, and then the construct, the words of the king and his lords, and that brings us to zakef katon. And then to, and then this is another construct here, to the house of banqueting. That would be the banqueting right here. And then lastly, we have pa'al, perfect, third feminine singular. And that's the ayin lamed lamed verbal root. So she came. So altogether, the queen, because of the words of the king and his lords, to the house of banqueting came. What this looks like is the queen is placed up front, and we have that disjunctive accent there, really to topicalize the queen. We're changing the topic now. This is no longer about the king, it's about the queen. Now, who is this queen? And why is it that this queen seems to know so much about Daniel and history, but Belshazzar does not? Well, it's possible that this queen is actually either Belshazzar's mother or his grandmother. This tradition comes from Josephus, for instance, and possibly elsewhere, where Josephus has used the word mame to describe this queen, which, as we can see in 2 Timothy 1:5, means grandmother. So it's possible that this queen was actually present for these earlier interactions with Daniel that she's going to narrate in the story following verse 10.